I invited him to go with me and David, and we'll work the pools. There's about 2 or 3 pools up there. We go around, work those pools, go through them, see the car we wanted to buy, and we pull it. They give you a card on that car, and it tell who you come home in, sit down, and write the company that owns the car and bid so many dollars on it. And if you was the top bidder, you got the car. So I did that for years with this friend and another friend. So we invited him to go with us. And me and him go through the pools, and David, of course, went with us. So we're coming home, and my friend rode with David till we stopped somewhere up in Illinois and got a cup of coffee or something. It's in the afternoon. So we're coming down Interstate 55, and we got to get off at Saxton and come across the K Road and come home. So about 25 miles to the other side of there, we stopped and had a cup of coffee. And my friend said, told Davis, I'm gonna ride with your dad the rest of the way home. And so I said, go on, I'll follow you, son. So when he got to Saxton, he just kept going down 55. He didn't turn off, see. So I could see him way down there, you know. So I pulled over, pulled off, and pulled over. And just gonna sit there a few minutes, you know, because he'll figure out he's done wrong. He'll come back, and I'll wait for him. We'll go on home together then, in both trucks. Sit there a few minutes, and I was sat there too long. I couldn't catch him if I wanted to. Mm-hmm. So he's headed to Memphis. The road's going to Memphis. He got down there somewhere, and it said Memphis so many miles, and he said, I've done something wrong. I ain't supposed to be that close to Memphis. So he had to cut through and come back. And he wound up, me and my friend laughed about all the way home. I said, well, when he figures I was wrong, he'd have to turn around and go back to Saxton. But he didn't. He cut across and went across through Real Foot Lake. So that night about 6, 7 o'clock or sometime later, he called. Back then we didn't have cell phones, so I was already at the garage, or already home. And he called and he said, Daddy, I got lost. And he said, I wound up in Real Foot Lake, and he said, I'm gonna eat supper while I'm down here. Oh, man. David's always getting lost like that. He was coming out of St. Louis one time up in Illinois, and he's supposed to get off of 64 on 57 to come down. And he kept on going 64, and he saw the sign that said Louisville, Memphis. It was said Louisville, Memphis. Well, 55, not 57, it's the same highway, it's 55. So he said, you got me once going to Memphis. Said, you ain't gonna get me this time. I ain't going to Memphis. I'm going to Louisville. I'm going to Kentucky, which is Louisville. So he turned on 64, stayed on 64. No, I turned off 57 on 64. And he wound up in Evansville. Now, he's coming home from St. Louis and wound up in Evansville. He called in, he said, I'm in Evansville. I said, what? He said, Daddy, I saw that intersection. I said, didn't you see the intersection? He said, yeah. But it said on the intersection, straight on Memphis, turn Louisville, And he said, I saw that sign, and he said, Memphis, you got me one time, you ain't getting me no more. I ain't going to you, I'm going to Louisville. David used to be awful easy to get lost, like. So he wound up in Evansville, which time he got to Evansville, he'd been home. He could been home. See, now he's in Evansville. He's got to drive home. We used to kid him about that all the time. He and Ronnie went to Detroit. I guess went on a bus. I don't know how they got up there. Going to buy some cars. So I don't know how they're getting around up there, but they go into a dealership and bought I think it was a Ford Mustang, but I'm not sure. They didn't buy it. They were trying to buy it, and they thought they ought to drive it first. So they were driving it around and they drove it out, and coming back to the place, they got to get on the park 4-lane in Detroit. I guess it's called parkways or whatever they call them. Big street. And pulling back on the street, somebody hit them. Now they've already driving the car, and they can see the dealership. It's right down here. So Ronnie said, what are we going to do? David said, well, we've got to buy the car right now or we won't have no insurance. So David said, I'll stay here till the police get here. You run down there and make a deal for the car. So Ronnie went down there and went up, just walked in the office, and said, Ronnie said, he even got him down low. Said, would you take 25 less? Something. The guy said, yeah. He said, well, I'm going to buy it. And he wrote the papers up. Then he, I guess, walked back up to, I don't know how they got the car out of the street, but anyway, David sitting up there, and Ronnie comes with the paper, shows it's our car. Calls me and said, we bought a car, Daddy, but we had a wreck. And I said, well, turn your numbers in and turn it all into, I think Ruth Vi was down there then. I don't know who was down there, because it turned in the office. That'd be all right. Wasn't nobody heard, so it's okay. So they brought the car on home, bought 2 or 3 more, and I think they bought 3 all told. So we kidding him, I said, instead of going back down there and telling the dealer, said, the guy run over me up here in your car, and that'd been all of it. But David, so honest, that he ain't gonna do that. He's gonna say, Driver Motor Company owns this car. So we'll take it. And that's all it had to done was said, it belongs to that dealer yonder. We road tested and we got run over. And they had to use their insurance because we hadn't even bought it. But then all they had to said was, we don't like it, we ain't gonna buy it, see? That's what I'd have said. But David's so honest, he wouldn't do that. He just, in his mind, I got to buy that car. A year or 2 after that, Colbert was having a party out at his house and invited David and a whole bunch of friends out there. They was laughing and telling the story, and it was funny to them then. All the stories funny to them. And Ronnie said, somebody said, did David run a stop sign? Ronnie said, no. Said the sign said yield. And David didn't know what yield meant. He said if the sign had said whoa, like a horse, he said, the sign said yield, and David didn't know what yield meant. And David admitted to me, he said, I saw the sign said yield, but I didn't know what it meant. But Ronnie tells it in front of all of his friends and all, he said, if the sign had said, whoa, said David would have stopped, and we wouldn't have got hit, but said yield, David didn't know what he was talking about. David had a hard time living that one down.